Hello everyone! Tonight I'm going to be reading The Very, Very Princess. Here Comes the Flower Girl by Julie Andrews and Emma Walton Hamilton. Illustrated by Christine Devenir. Hi, I'm Geraldine. I'm a fairy princess. Hardly anyone believes me, but I have a sparkly feeling inside that tells me it's true. I spend most of my time spreading my sparkle however I can. For instance, I always conduct myself in a princessly fashion. My wings and crown help, of course. I add a creative touch to everything I do, and I try to make someone smile at least once a day. Fairy princesses care a lot about the happiness of their people. Today, I got some fantastic news. My Aunt Sue's getting married to Mr. Flanagan, the fire chief. And guess what? I get to be their flower girl. Perfect! I can just picture myself walking down the aisle with Aunt Sue in her long white wedding dress, with the organ playing and hundreds of people smiling all around us. Mom says that's not exactly the way it's going to be. Aunt Sue wants to get married right here in our garden. At first I'm disappointed, but then I realize that means I can put my royal stamp on everything and make sure there's plenty of sparkle. Fairy princesses are at their best on festive occasions. We don't have much time, so we have to get to work right away. Daddy mows the lawn and Mommy prunes the roses. My brother Stuart practices "Here Comes the Bride" on his trumpet. It's my job to make everything look as sparkly as possible. I hang ribbons on the bushes and stick hearts in the flower beds. I start to paint huge glittery signs, but Mom says sometimes less is more. So I paint smaller signs using my brightest colors and just a dash of pink glitter. Fairy princesses know how to make a little go a long way. Time to make the wedding cake. I suggest 3 layers, 1 chocolate, 1 banana, and 1 red velvet, with raspberry filling and marzipan shell and vanilla icing. Dad says Aunt Sue prefers a simple lemon cake, but I can help decorate it. I use as many bells, sprinkles, and flowers as I can. Fairy princesses have exquisite taste. I start to fill little bags with rice to throw at the bride and groom. But Stuart tells me rice isn't used anymore because it's bad for the birds. It makes them explode. Yikes! We use birdseed instead. Any fairy princess knows that exploding birds can ruin a wedding. I have to practice my flower girl walk. Petal tossing can be tricky, and I need to get it just right. I discovered that the petals go higher if I add some pirouettes and leaps. But Mom says a simple step-together princess walk is best for a wedding. Even a fairy princess has to learn the art of compromise. Finally, the big day arrives. I leap out of bed and throw open the curtains. It's raining. All my decorations are a soggy mess. What a disaster. This is going to be the most unsparkly day in wedding history. Aunt Sue arrives with Grandma. Rain on a wedding is good luck, Grandma says. I'm not sure Aunt Sue agrees. We go up to my bedroom to get dressed. Aunt Sue hands me a big box. It's my flower girl dress. I hope it's made of silk, covered with flowers, and has lots of petticoats. It turns out to be a plain white cotton with holes in it. Aunt Sue explains that it's the same material as her dress, and it's called eyelet. I think it's more of an eyesore. Aunt Sue looks at me. Something's missing. I know. My very fairy flower girl princess needs her wings and crown. Hooray! I dash for the closet and pull out my favorite wings and tiara. Aunt Sue nods. Perfect. She even lets me wear my pink high tops. Now I feel my sparkle returning, and I have to admit, Aunt Sue looks pretty in her dress too. The wedding is about to begin. We rush downstairs and find a surprise. The rain has stopped. Everyone is waiting for us in the garden. I get to go first in front of Aunt Sue. My heart is pounding with excitement. Stuart plays his trumpet and everyone stands up. I do my best princess walk, scattering my rose petals in graceful arcs. Very fairy princesses always shine when they're in the spotlight. The minister says the marrying words, and Aunt Sue and Mr. Flanagan say I do. Mr. Flanagan slips the ring on Aunt Sue's finger, and they kiss. Aunt Sue's eyes sparkle with love and happiness. Daddy hugs Mommy, Grandma wipes a tear from her cheek, and everyone cheers. I suddenly realize that the right kind of sparkle is all it takes to make a perfect day. The end.